Could you tell us what, if you could encapsulate one of your key messages from your wonderful speech tonight, and you're talking in the panel, and also if there was something you wanted to share, you'd like more New Zealanders to know about Playcentre that you think they might not know?
Okay, so the thing that springs to mind is simplicity. We have to work really hard for simplicity, just as we have to work hard to find time in our lives. We have to actually work on that. Too much of our lives are spent at Playcentre with the organisation, with the bureaucracy, doing inconsequential things that are not at the heart of having fun and playing with a child. So what was your second question?
Well, I'll just expand on that one a little bit first. So that is a change that you would like to see within Playcentre. Somehow we need to bring about a culture change so that more of our energy can go into being in the moment.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's wonderful. And is there something that you think that that is maybe like a best kept secret about Playcentre, or something that maybe more New Zealanders need to know about Playcentre, or they might have a wrong impression of us? What would you like them to know?
I think parents who don't do Playcentre are frightened by it and rejected, and also feel like it's not a place for them. On the web, when I look at Playcentre posts, people have been very strong about how they've come to Playcentre and they were ignored and this and that didn't happen, it wasn't good for their child. I think that comes from that whole social interaction that we need to make people feel at home when they come in the door. The adults, obviously the children are the adults, and let them know we're not some sort of cliquey organisation who have it all, but that we're a very welcoming organisation to anyone who comes in.
Okay. So is that as simple as really taking the time to greet and connect with people when they arrive, or is it something deeper and more pervasive than that?
Well, you could do it structurally, which is not answering your question. We've done that with open days, but also leaflet drops and things like that, where people are not committed to Playcentre, but have the chance to experience it as a wonderful thing. Okay. I'm sorry, Eliza, it's so late at night. What really was your question?
No, that's a great. No, that's
but we
great.
Can't do that, don't we?
We're trying, but it's true, I think, and with many organisations, I think people struggle that you have a feeling that there's an inside group, and when you're new, you're not part of that, and it feels hard to break in.
And also the people who are inside doing all the hard work look at the other people and think, when are they going to take their turn? Why am I doing all this stuff? So there's that process of understanding that you get involved, you step in close to an organisation, you identify with it, then you think about, and that's a process that takes time.
But it is fair to say that generosity is at the heart of much of what we do, I think. Would you say that's fair?
Very much so, but we do it for our Playcentre communities. And I'd like that generosity to carry out into the communities that don't have Playcentre. There's huge untapped need, there's huge amounts of parenting, good parenting that could happen in areas. If we had the funding, if we had the Gareth Morgan, if we had the Universal Allowance, if we had whatever, a strong backer, we could take that really successful model, we could turn the lives around with many families.
So you mentioned we could take Playcentre and do pack-away sessions. Tell us about those ideas you had again.
They were just a seed tonight. They just make it simple, just have an example of a session that maybe happens for one term, 10 Saturday mornings. It's totally paid for by people or sponsored, but it gives parents to come and a chance to begin to work together to get it.
In places that don't have a Playcentre already in particular.
I had a question, which was, Philippa, what makes you stick with Playcentre? You've stuck with it for a long time. What keeps you coming back and serving?
I don't know.
There must be something there.
I think it's, for a brief time I worked for archives, and at the same time I was doing Playcentre, and I remember coming one time from my archives job, which was archival, coming in the door, the kids greeted me, it was a sunny day, people smiled. I thought, who would ever have it differently? Yeah. This is being real and alive. What I do at archival, writing ministerials, is not really living.
It's really living.
Sense of vitality, it's really living. Yeah.
Playcentre, it's really living.